Hello, everyone. It's Mark Gillian again, and I want to welcome you to your new favorite song here on AIM Country Music Television. My guest today is Tori Martin. Tori was born in Florida, calls herself a Texan, and of course spends lots of time in the country music capital of the world, Nashville, Tennessee. She's released in cahoots with her husband a television program called Living the Dream, chronicling their adventures in home remodeling. By the way, that's available on PureFlix. She made it to Hollywood Week of season 14 of American Idol, an experience that will either discourage or strengthen you, and it's made Tori much stronger. She'll be touring with the one and only Drew Baldridge in the next couple of weeks, and you may want to check out her website to see if that tour is coming to your neighborhood. Tori's here today to talk about her video for Lost in the Country, so let's get her in here right now to talk about what might just be your new favorite song. Tori, thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, you're welcome. It's cool to have you on the show here. I've listened to a bunch of your music, but this is my first chance to really get to know you a little bit as a person. I know you started life in Florida. You call Texas home. Your music career is based in Nashville. I'd love to have you give us the full story. Tell us all about it.
Yeah, I'm like a little bit of a melting pot in some regards. I grew up a military brat, so I was born on the Air Force Base. I've lived all over, but I do claim Texas as my home. It's kind of the longest that I was in one place for a time. And then I split my time between Fort Worth, Texas, and Nashville. I moved to Nashville in 2017. And from there, I ended up through all of my hard work, I'm like grinding, but I ended up meeting some of my team members at like kind of a mixer that was happening. And so we started a record label called Lucky Sky Music in 2020, right before the
Wow. What
pandemic.
timing?
I know, how could we have known? But it's been such a great experience. And so I'm signed as the flagship artist, but also as a writer. So I write songs, not just for myself. And I just love country music, and like I didn't come from a musical family, and my papa loved country music. And I love to sing from a really young age. And so he was like, all right, you got to learn the good stuff, kid. It's country music. And so I was raised on the classics. I really feel like that's the backbone of my sound.
It is, yeah. I think you can hear it in a lot of the things that I've listened to. I've been kind of pouring over your catalog to see what you do, and it's
Thank
there
you.
obvious. So did your granddad have a bar or a lounge or something, or what was the deal with him? He did push you toward the music, right?
He did. He really, I always say, like, I wouldn't be where I'm at if it wasn't for him because he believed in me at such a young age. I learned that later in life that he did have like a country and western bar called Desperados, and so he used to have country acts come in and play. But by the time I stepped onto the scene or came around, he had turned it into a roller rink, so a skating rink, and we would just hang out there with Papa and have a good time. But he loved music. He wasn't super like musically inclined. He didn't play any instruments or anything, but he loved country music and he bought me my first guitar. So I really owe a lot to him.
That's cool to have that in your background, isn't it?
Yes, I'm thankful.
So who are you listening to right now? What's kind of your favorite vein of what they're playing right now?
With country music or just in
Well, really
general?
anything, yeah, because I think I hear a lot of influences. So, I mean, what is influencing your sound today?
I listen to honestly everything. And even though I love country music is obviously my number one, always will be. I'm influenced by everything, like there's inspiration that you can take from each song, everything that you listen to. So I listen to a lot of pop and I listen to country and rock, you name it. I love it. Jazz, but I have been liking a lot of Chapel Roan. She's kind of a newer act on the scene and pop music. She's just so unique and she has a crazy range. She's like a soprano, so like her songs are really high and she has kind of like some sync 80s sound right now. But I always love Miranda Lambert. She's a huge inspiration to me. And her new record is amazing. And Lainey Wilson are some of the country girls that I'm listening to and I'm inspired by.
You have a Christmas song called "Santa Wrote Me a Letter" that we've been playing it for the last couple of years, and we'll be rolling it out with the rest of our Christmas music pretty shortly here. But you have a new Christmas song preparing to release on November 15th, another original called "Warm for December." I
That's
love
right.
Christmas music, so I click the notify me link on YouTube so I can get in the front row for it. Or you guys should do the same thing. Get on there and get yourself in line for it. Stay tuned for that one. We'll try to get Tori to come back and talk about it.
Yes, I can't wait.
Yeah, and I like it when people have their Christmas songs that are something I haven't heard before. That's interesting to me and a hard one to crack into, but when you do, it's just really super interesting and super fun.
Yeah, I have a lot of fun. I co-write with Kirsty Manna and Guilty Luigi. Kirsty, just to brag on her, wrote Blake Shelton's Austin, so his breakout song. So we have a good time. We just have like a good flow when we get into a room. And it's kind of funny. Sometimes we could do like two days, is what we call it. So we'll write two songs in one day. And a lot of times the second song's a Christmas song. And so I've written a lot of Christmas originals with them. And what I think is fun about Christmas music is like nothing's off the table. You can do anything. You can say anything. Like it's really fun versus like with a traditional or like a country song, you're like, oh man, I just don't know if that lyric's good enough. But with Christmas, it's like, oh, Santa, come on.
Yeah,
You can get
yeah,
away with a lot
definitely.
more.
Yeah, your Santa wrote me a letter song has a little bit of that edge to it, I think.
Yeah, we had fun with that. The one kind of has like a 1950s vibe. And this new song, Warm for December, has kind of a throwback feel as well. And kind of like Michael Bublé-ish,
Yeah,
but
I can't
meets
wait to hear it.
country. So I'm excited for it to come out and I hope everybody likes it.
Sounds good. Well, you've been on American Idol season 14. I guess that can be pretty brutal. You got the Hollywood week. I don't think anyone even goes into that knowing what to expect. How did you feel like before, during, and after that experience? Because you watch it and everybody that gets through to Hollywood week has been built up. You're this dynamo, and then you have this kind of crushing. Well, everybody can't get through. And it's really hard to know who's going to get there. What's that feel like in person when you're sitting there with it?
Honestly, it's just a whirlwind experience. It's crazy. It's like, oh my gosh, this happened and that happened. And it's so different when you're in it versus just watching it on television and
Mhm.
just kind of the process of that with the cameras and, having some of the audience there and then some of the audience not there and the judges and security and all the things. So I was 19, like you film prior to the season. So it's like the year before that you're filming, and then you're quiet for a really long time, and then everything comes out. So I
Uh,
was 19 when we taped, and I was 20 when it all came out. And so it was just crazy. I was so young.
yeah,
And of course, you don't know what to expect. It's totally different. And it just feels kind of surreal when you
yeah.
get in that room because you're like, whoa. And then you're just like, lights, camera, action, and then like three superstars sitting in front of you and you're like,
That's
hi.
some pressure.
It was wild, but it was a really good experience. I definitely learned a lot, and Hollywood is a different animal, but I'm so grateful that I did it. It really did help me in my career when I came off the show. And yes, I'll never forget it. That's for
Yeah, well,
sure.
and I think it's toughened you up. You've really stuck with it, and it's given you an awful lot of the experience of someone saying no. I mean, you're going to have that in this business. It's a tough business, so the
That
thick
is
skin's
true.
going to be helpful.
It gives you thick skin.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you've got I think you can see the traction. I mean, you're at 140,000 monthly listeners on Spotify. That's
Yes.
above the curve. That's getting up there where people are actually noticing that you exist. And I think it's a testament to the stick-to-itiveness.
Thank you. We're so excited, and it's true. And like, you really kind of have to have tenacity to stay in this business and just keep showing up. That's something I always have said. Just keep showing up. Just keep trying. Like I'm not raised to be a quitter, and there's not a quitting bone in my body. But I just think if you continue on, something's going to happen. It's going to pay off in some way. So I'm like, we have lots of new music coming out. We're so excited.
Well, that kind of reminds me of another thing I saw looking at your YouTube. I saw you talking about your Martin guitar, Tori Martin, new Martin guitar. Seems kind of fitting. Are they sponsoring you yet?
Not yet,
Well,
but
if not, they better get on it before somebody else steps up to that, because that would be quite an endorsement, I think.
oh my goodness. Yes, that's definitely a dream collab.
One more thing, you have a TV series on PureFlix called "Living the Dream." Tell
That's
us a little bit
right.
about that one. I haven't had a chance to watch it yet, but one of the music reps said, "Hey, you should check this out." So I've got it on my list.
Oh,
Tell us
oh
a little bit about
yeah.
that because everybody can get PureFlix.
Please do. So Jason is my husband, and we moved to Nashville together. And really, we wanted the show to kind of be about like chasing our dreams together. He's not in music, he's in real estate. And that's another thing that is fun for me. And I'm also passionate about. We've done like fix and flips and rental homes and also like short-term rentals, Airbnbs. And so the TV series is about the Airbnbs, and I like themed them and decorated them, and some of them have some music influence. One of them is themed, it's called The Pink Lady, and it's like Grease and 50s theme. I had so much fun. So, really, that's what it is. And it happened during the pandemic. So, in a time where everything was so weird, we were able to still do taping and filming and be creative in another way when we couldn't be on stage and things like that. So I had a great time doing that.
Will there be more of those coming, or is that kind of a one-off kind of thing?
I don't know if there will be more of the real estate, but there are some other things in the
Ooh,
works. So
a big
yeah,
commitment, isn't it?
it is.
Well, I see that you're going to be going out on tour with Drew Baldridge.
That's
That's
right.
got to be pretty stoked about that, don't you? I think it starts next week, the middle of November.
That's right. November 8th, we're kicking things off in Atlanta. I'm so excited. Can't wait.
That's some great exposure. He's got a pretty good audience.
Yes, it's been exciting to see the success happen for him, as an independent artist and reach number one and just how things are kind of snowballing for him. So I was really thrilled that they added me to the bill and that I get to join him for this run of shows. I can't wait.
Yeah. So, what's your set list look like for that?
Some some shows are a little bit different. Some shows I get a shorter set list, and then some I'm going to have a little bit of a longer length set. So it's I don't know. We'll see. It's a toss up. So I'm like, well, I get the short set, will I get the long set? You'll have to come to find out.
There you go. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be an end of like November to the beginning of December. Will you be doing your Christmas song for that?
We talked about it. Maybe as we get a little closer to Christmas and people are kind of ready for that, we might throw a Christmas song in there. But I do have a Christmas song that kind of makes my set list usually majority of the time because it's about an iconic place in Nashville called Santa's Pub, which is Christmas 365 days a year. So we kind of think that one gets a hall pass and it's a lot of fun live. People, it like swings real hard and people love it. So you might hear that one for sure.
Well, everybody should consider it if she's going to be in your area. Check it out.
Yeah, y'all come on out. It's going to be high energy and a lot of fun.
Well, we're here today to talk about your video for Lost in the Country. Why don't you tell us a little bit about this tune before we play it?
Sure. Lost in the Country has been so much fun to be a part of, write, promote. I wrote this song actually a few years ago with Kirsty Manna and Bill DeLuigi, and it really has evolved. And it's been so fun to see everything that's happening with it. But it's about getting lost in the country, literally, like getting off the grid. People can't reach you, but also getting lost in country music. And so lyrically, we wanted to kind of like put some nods in there towards country music legends. And we tried our best to get some in there like Tammy Wynette, Hank Williams, Willie Nelson, George Strait. There's a bunch, Alabama. And so it's a lot of fun. It's been really cool to see people receive the song and love it so much.
Well, that's fantastic. Well, I think I'm ready to play it. How about you?
Yeah, let's play the music video.
Fantastic. You're watching Tori Martin's video for Lost in the Country here on AIM Country Music Television.
First you gotta get off the grid just a little. Find nowhere, then get in the middle. Get behind a guy with a hound in a truck, bet I ain't even mad. Girl sweeter than pie and honeysuckle, where the boys take pride in the size of their buckles. Speed limit, tractor, cow in the road. Slow go, slow poke.
What a fun video. Nice work. Why don't you tell us about making that video? Your actors, producer, videographer. As I understand it, the biggest stars in the video are your pups, Lucky the French Bulldog and Daisy the Golden Retriever, and of course the horse Butterscotch.
That is so true. The animals really are the stars of the music video, and they won't let me forget. That is for sure. It was really a collaborative effort with my team, Lucky Sky Music, and then also he's kind of another team member. He's on like my social media team. We have a marketing company called Retro Current, but his name's Skylar Wilson, and so he directed the video, and he's done a few videos for me. But we did it here in Texas, so like we filmed in iconic places here in the state, like the stockyards are very famous. I was driving the old Cadillac down the Stockyards Exchange, which was a little scary. I'm not going to lie. It had an air brake and all kinds of stuff. I was like, whoa, I'm not used to driving this boat. It was crazy. And then we filmed at this beautiful white church in Van Alstyne, Texas. And then out in our land, we have some land out in West Texas. So that's where Butterscotch lives and spends his days. And our cows are in the video. And we did like a on fire shoot, and it was like, oh my goodness, it was so hot, but it turned out so dreamy. So we're like, we're doing it for the video, and then we had a s'more at the end, so it was okay. And then Lucky and my golden Daisy were in the video, and a few other local actors and actresses, and my band members, a few band members. It was so much fun shooting. It was nice and toasty, but we thought it really brought the song to life.
Yeah. Well, I feel like that one has it all. It's got the classic Cadillac and beautiful people and scenery and pets and, great fiddle work. And it's all underpinned with this little banjo thing going on the whole time. Just really good job.
Thank you. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, this is another one where I think people could go to your YouTube channel and check out some of the behind the scenes. A lot of behind the scenes stuff is kind of comical and heartwarming. Whatever, you got scenes with your little pup, and it's pretty great to watch. So you guys might want to look at that too while you're at it.
Thank you. Yeah, we did a video where I like kind of stop and talk through things and just share funny tidbits behind the scenes. So definitely check it out on YouTube.
Yeah, it's good stuff. Well, you've been really busy and you're about to hit the gas again. So before I let you get away, how about telling us where to find you on stage, online, and where we can buy or listen to all of this music?
Yes, thank you so much for having me on. You can find me at thetorimartin.com if you want to check out my tour dates and come to a show. You also can find me, I'm on social at the Tori Martin. That's my handle. So I'm on Instagram, TikTok, you name it, Spotify, Apple Music, wherever you like to consume music, and y'all can find me and we'll be friends.
Fantastic. Well, thanks for coming on the show today, Tori. It's been great having you.
Thank you. I really appreciate your support.
You're very welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, Tori Martin. So what do you guys think? Is Lost in the Country going to be your new favorite song? This has been Mark Gilead for AIM Country Music Television. Thank you for watching.
First you gotta get off the grid just a little. Find nowhere, then get in the middle. Get behind a guy with a hound in a truck bed.